My name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent the Grenadines' favorite and most hated, and I'm doing this short video. And if you agree with the content of this video, I want you to share this video. Share it on your page, share it on a friend's page, and when you share it, tag someone in it. This is Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a very bright man. Oh, sorry. This is Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He is a very bright man. He was so bright that his father would lease him out to the utility company to provide light for the entire neighborhood. He is so bright that last Christmas, Santa Claus came and used him in place of Rudolph. He is known as a lawyer, but he do not have a law degree. He practiced law under the Commonwealth Proficiency Study Program. When Ralph Gonsalves became Prime Minister in 2001, Ralph Gonsalves utilized the Consolidation Fund that was put in place for emergency use only, and he gave every public and civil servant a back pay of a month's salary. This was not a one-off thing. The government workers received their back pay for 3 straight years in succession. Even though I was a part of the government workforce, I recognize this as a blatant waste, because no one ever reward a worker without they have accomplished something in particular, especially a government. The economy of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was one of the strongest economy in the OECS, second to Antigua. Today, just about 20 years later, our economy is the worst in the entire Caribbean. When all of the other Caribbean countries were able to close their border during the pandemic to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus and save life, St. Vincent was unable to do that. If they did such, they would not have been able to meet their fixed expenditure of paying the wages of government employees. Countries like Grenada, whose economy was worse off than St. Vincent and the Grenadines' economy, were able to close their border to stem the spread of COVID-19 on their little island. Today, the Grenada government is rewarding their frontline workers for their hard work, dedication, and for putting their life at risk during the pandemic.
Frontline public sector workers will receive additional salary payments as a show of appreciation for their hard work and sacrifice during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Police officers, medical professionals, and auxiliary workers in the Ministry of Health will receive an additional month's pay in December. Finance Minister Honorable Gregory Bowen said the gesture is a token of government's immense appreciation for the selfless service in the fight against COVID-19.
All frontline public sector workers, defined as all officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force, along with medical personnel and ancillary workers in the Ministry of Health, who physically performed and continue to perform, and by virtue of their duties were exposed to the risk of COVID-19, will receive an additional month's pay during the month of December. Will receive an additional month's pay during the month of December.
They are also rewarding the other civil servants who lend support to their frontline workers during the pandemic.
Mr. Speaker, there are many other categories of workers across the public sector who augmented the duties of the frontline personnel previously mentioned, playing an integral role in executing the additional responsibilities required for the protection of lives and livelihood during the pandemic. These workers, Mr. Speaker, will receive similar reward based on government recognizes the hard work and dedication of many other public workers. As such, all other workers in the public sector who consistently perform duties from the onset of the pandemic to date will receive an additional half month's pay in December.
Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, in response to this, call up the Grenadian Prime Minister and tell him that he is making him look bad over here in St. Vincent. While he is trying to dwindle the public service, the Grenadians are giving out reward for good work done. While St. Vincent and the Grenadines and our bright, our brilliant Prime Minister on the other hand, his economy is so poor that he is fighting tooth and nail to try to fire the frontline workers who had to face a bout of dengue fever, COVID-19 pandemic, and an eruption of the Los Sufre volcano. All of these things happening at the same time. Instead of giving them a reward, he is trying to put them out of a job, using a refusal to be inoculated as the reason why he is going to fire them. Many dedicated workers, teachers, nurses, policemen, custom officers, port workers, and other civil and public servants who have served their country faithfully for more than 20 years are now being fired if they do not produce a certificate to say they were vaccinated. Is this a joke? People, please help me to understand which of these three is so stupid and are responsible for this foolish decision. My name is Alan Palmer. St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated song. I'll talk to you.